see everybody here this morning. Welcome to Faith Presbyterian Church. I'm Dan Nolte. I'm the pastor here. It's good to have you here this morning with us to worship our great God. A couple of announcements before we get going. All this information, of course, is in your bulletin, but our bulletin is growing increasingly large. There are a lot of announcements in there, but a couple that you should be aware of. We meet every Sunday morning at 9:30 to pray downstairs. Would just as strongly as I can encourage you to do anything in this church, we would love to have you there at 9:30 every Sunday morning downstairs. Our Wednesday night fellowship is going wonderful. Faith and Fellowship, we're calling this every Wednesday night. It really has just been a great joy to me. I know everybody's been sharing that same message with me. We meet every Wednesday night at 5:45. Dinner starts. If you have to bring anything, come eat. We had just a wonderful time again Wednesday night, and we'll be doing it again this Wednesday night. That said, we continue with a joint service on the 27th. We will not be here the evening of the 27th. So our evening service that night is canceled. We'll be at Hudsonville Reformed Church, worshiping with them and all the other churches in the area. We did this last year. It is really a great time, so plan on being there on the 27th. Remember that we will not be here on the night of the 27th, so make sure that's on your calendar. I'll just also make a right turn on that particular comment too, that if you're not used to coming to our evening services on Sunday, I would also strongly encourage you to be here with us on Sunday evening. It really is a wonderful time. Begin our Lord's Day with the Lord and to end our Lord's Day with Him. And then lastly, or I should say two more things. Our membership classes continue today. So those in the membership class will start right after the service, and we'll enough time maybe to grab a coffee, get over to the educational building right behind this building. So please join us for that. And if you missed the first class and you still want to just come along, we'll figure out how to do the first class. Lastly, we have a documentary that we're going to be showing on October 30th. This is called the 1916 Project. This has been a great joy to us to do this. This documentary is about the history and the evils of abortion. So I would really encourage you to come and be with us the night of October 30th. That is a Wednesday night. So our Wednesday night's going to shift a little bit. We'll still have a meal like we normally do. And our kids clubs will still meet, but we will not have the adult groups. So we'll hopefully, Lord willing, technology will enable us to be in here to have that, to documentary here. We'd encourage you to be here as well as invite your friends. I've seen the documentary. It is a good documentary. It's wonderful history of how all this happened back in 1916 and how abortion really did just get its grip on the world, and it really is a pretty impressive documentary. So I encourage you to be here for 30th for that. As I said, we will have our fellowship meal before, and then we'll show the documentary. Our kids clubs will continue that night, but the adults clubs will not, and all the adults will come in here, and all the kids are going to go enjoy their normal time. Well, I'm sure there's other things going on. I know a lot of things going on. Look in your bulletin and look at all the announcements. If you have any questions about the church, please let us know. With that, now that you're nice and cozy, I'll ask you to stand right back up and say hello to somebody, please.
All I got
I know some people, when they visit our church, wonder why we worship the way that we do. Why does it feel maybe a little bit old-fashioned? I will tell you that I came from a church background that was driven by entertainment and programs. Hundreds, if not thousands, of people gathering in churches, much larger than ours. Lord willing, we'll get there someday and grow and keep growing. But nevertheless, we are here to worship our God. We are not here to be entertained, driven by programs. And so I would say to you that part of the reason that we do what we do and why we do it the way we do it is ultimately because we believe the Bible is telling us that we are here to worship our God. And that means we need to know how to worship our God. And I will tell you, that was a striking statement when I started to understand why we worship why this kind of worship is still alive and well in the church. And it is ultimately to teach us and to focus our minds, our hearts